Hi my dear students, welcome to Tungal online classes. Myself Ravi, biology faculty. Today I am going to start with the chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. Chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. Here in the last class we has been discussed. In the second chapter we has been discussed regarding Whittaker classification. Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae as well as animalia. Entire plant information as well as classification we has been discussed in the chapter number 3. In the last kingdom of Whittaker classification, that is fifth kingdom classification, is Animalia. Such entire information as well as classification we are going to discuss in chapter number 4. Clear? First. So this is fifth kingdom of Whittaker classification. Whittaker classification. Clear? The fifth kingdom is Animalia. The fifth kingdom is Animalia. You know very well. In Animalia, here animals are included. Nearly 1.3 millions of species, 1.3 millions different types of animals are included in Animalia or Animal Kingdom. These 1.3 million species, they show great variation, nothing but diversity, in size, shape, external morphology, as well as internal morphology and a mode of reproduction. Clear? In Animalia, nearly 1.3 million types of species are included. They have a great diversity in nature, and these animals differ in size, shape, external morphology, internal morphology, as well as mode of reproduction is different. So this entire 1.3 millions of species we can't study at a time. So further we need what? Classification. These 1.3 millions of species we can't study at a time. To overcome the problem, what we need? Classification is needed. And you know very well what is classification. We have been discussed in the second chapter. The classification that is going to deal arrangement of species in a different level, different taxonomical level. In the first lesson, we have to discuss regarding taxonomic hierarchy in the 7 categories: kingdom, subkingdom, class, order, family, genus, species. So this is an arrangement. Why this arrangement is needed? To better to understand, to better to read one individual or one species. So further the classification is needed. Same in an animal, the classification is based on some fundamental characters. The animal classification is based on fundamental characters of different organisms. Next, mainly the animal kingdom is classified. The basis of classification. The basis of classification is the first, the animal kingdom. Animal kingdom is mainly divided into two sub-kingdoms. This one is first one is a kingdom. First rank is a kingdom. Next one is sub-kingdoms. Sub-kingdoms are Protozoa. Next one is Metazoa. Protozoa as well as Metazoa. Just because the knowledge of it has been discussed in second chapter regarding Protista. In Protista, protozoans also has been discussed. Simple. Protozoans are what? These are unicellular animals. These are unicellular animals. Metazoans are multicellular animals. Multicellular animals. So this is first basis or basic classification of animal kingdom into two sub-kingdoms. The first sub-kingdom is protozoans. Only unicellular organisms we are going to discuss here. Next, multicellular organisms. The purpose, one more kingdom is there, such as Metazoa. It is multicellular in nature. Let's see what are the fundamental characters. How they are going to classify the entire animals. See, the first major basic fundamental character is level of organization. Clear? First, level of organization. Here, first we are going to discuss regarding protoplasm. Level of organization. Protoplasm level of organization. In this case here, the animal is containing mass of protoplasm. Mass of protoplasm is consistent. And this mass of protoplasm, it is not compartmentalized or it is not differentiated into cells. This protoplasm is not differentiated into cells. Clear? And you got the idea also. The example is what? Again, unicellular organisms, protozoa. Clear? First. And second one is cellular level of organization. Sponges are best example for cellular level of organization. Here, just see here, in this chapter actually, number of new terms as well as new organisms names I am going to discuss here. Clear? So, no need to worry about one. For example, here sponges is here. Regarding sponges, we will discuss when we entered into the animal kingdom classification. Clear? Cellular organisms. Best example is sponges. Here, sponges are here. The cells are loosely aggregated. Such type of body we can notice. So that is example for what? Cellular level of organization. Example is sponges. Loose cells are aggregated and to form one animal. Next one is tissue level. Tissue level of organization. Clear? So in this case, what happened? So in this animalia, in this kingdom, or in this animalia containing number of cells, these all cells are come together to form of tissue. The tissue is going to perform one special function. So such is tissue level organization. In this case, what happened? Number of cells are come together and to form tissues So this tissue is going to perform one special function. Is going to perform one specific function. Example is ciliates. Example is ciliate. It is one class of non-chordates. We will discuss later when we enter into the animal kingdom classification. We will discuss regarding ciliate. Next, organ level of organization. Simple. Now what happened? These tissues are come together to form of organ. Now this, the animal containing tissues are come together to form one organ. This organ is going to perform one special function. That is called as what? Organ level of organization. Next, example is platyhelminths. Platyhelminths. Clear? Next one is organ system level organization. In this case, what happened here? Organs are associated to each other and perform specific physiological functions. So that is what organ system level of organization. Example, we can write what? Chordates we can write. Like chordates, mollusca, annelida, arthropoda, echinodermata. So these all we can write regarding organ system level of organization. Just I am going to write it here. Echinodermata, next mollusca, chordates. So this information regarding echinodermata, mollusca as well as chordates we will discuss when we enter into the classification of animal kingdom. Okay. And one more point here. In this organ system level of organization, so the arrangement of organ system is differ to different animals. The complexity, the function, the arrangement also be differ in different organisms. Organ system level of organization. So in this case, the organ system arrangement arrangement is differ in different group of organisms. Arrangement is differ in different organisms. Clear? In this organ system of level of organization, the different organ system, the functions, the arrangement, the complexity, that is also differ in different organisms. Let's see, for example, one small example here we are going to discuss, such is already given in the NCERT. Digestion system. Digestion system. This is the first example we are going to discuss. Digestion system we can divide into mainly two types in complete in all organisms. One is incomplete digestive system. Next one is complete digestive system. Simple, the definition is there in already in this word, incomplete digestion system. Digestive system is there, but such is what? Incomplete. Let's say incomplete means here alimentary canals or the digestive system tracts. Digestive system tract, nothing but alimentary canal. It is consist only one pore. The alimentary canal, it is consist only one pore. Only one opening is occurred. Only one opening. So this opening, it can act as mouth as well as anus. Only one pore is there, such is act as a mouth as well as anus. So that's why it is called as what? Incomplete digestive system. Example is platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Clear? Next. Second one is complete digestive system. Here what happened? Here the alimentary canal is containing two pores. One pore is anterior side and one pore is posterior side. Which is open to anterior side, that is act as mouth, which is open to posterior region, such as act as anus. Advanced organisms like as humans, chordates. Chordates. So here digestive system is there, but the arrangement as well as complexity is different in different organisms. One example. Let's say one more example. Second example is circulation. Blood circulation. So blood circulation also we can divide into two types. One is open circulation and one is closed circulation. You know already in our 9th as well as 10th we have been discussed regarding circulation system, open as well as closed. In open here, blood do not move through blood vessels. Blood vessels or blood capillaries. Blood vessels as well as capillaries. In this case, what happens? The blood is directly pumped from heart to one chamber or nothing but one cavity, one big cavity is present. To cavity, each and every cell, it should be bathing or it should be contact with this cavity. Simply it means each and every cell, it should be directly touched with blood. Directly touched with blood. Bathing to blood. This is the inside line. Clear? So this type of system, open circulation system, we can notice in cockroach. Cockroach is belong to arthropoda, as well as mollusca, Arthropoda as well as mollusca. These are two best examples for open circulation system. System is there, but it's very primitive system, open circulation system. Next, second one is closed circulation system. So in this case, what happens? The blood is passed through blood capillaries, or nothing but blood vessels to one target organ. Top to bottom, the blood should be moved through only different diameters of vessels, capillaries, veins, like this. So such a system is called as what? Closed circulation system. So closed circulation system, it is a little bit advanced method. We can notice in chordates. What are chordates? Chordate means what? Spinal cord. Nothing but notochord. Notochord is noticed at early stage of embryonic stage. Like a rod-like structure we can notice. Clear? So that becomes chordates. We will discuss when we enter into the classification. Clear? So this is here. System is there, but such a system arrangement complexity is different. Second fundamental character is symmetry. Here, symmetry means what? Symmetry means it is a arrangement of body parts, on the two sides of body axis or main axis. Body axis or main axis. Actually, it is symmetry. The definition of symmetry is what? It is the arrangement of body parts on two sides of main axis or body axis. Clear? Or center of axis, we can call it center of axis. Symmetry, based on symmetry, animal kingdom, the animals are again divided into mainly categories into two types. The first one is asymmetry. First one. Do not give two equal half. This organism is do not give two equal halves. During the plane divisions, it may be passed through any direction. If you got the organism in any direction, the organism is do not gives to equal half. So such is called as what? Asymmetry. You can cut in any direction. You can cut in any direction. It should not give two equal half. Such is called as what? Asymmetry. Example is amoeba. Example is amoeba. Clear? Next one is symmetry. So it will be given two identical half by one or more plane divisions. One or more plane divisions. The division should be passed, or the division should be touched at the center of the axis or center of body axis. So such is called as what? Symmetry. Symmetry is again divided into two types. One is a radial symmetry. A radial symmetry. So in this case what happens? You can cut in any direction. You can cut in any direction and it should be passed through main axis or body axis. You can cut in any direction. It should be given two identical halves. Clear? Such is called as what? A radial symmetry. Such is called as what? A radial symmetry. Next one is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. So in this case what happens? It will be given two equal halves by any one of the division. It will give two half by any one plane division. Any one plane division. It should be passed through center of axis. Center of axis. Such is called as what? Bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. And one more type is the spherical. Spherical symmetry. So a spherical symmetry in this case, you can cut in any direction. It will give two equal half. In any direction. You can cut in any direction. It should be give two identical half. Identical half. Example is radiola. Example is radiola. It is also called as universal symmetry. It is called as what? Universal symmetry. Let's see, very simple. Symmetry means what? Arrangement of body parts on two sides of the main axis. Such is called generally symmetry. So based on symmetry, the animals are again classified. So symmetry generally mainly two types. One is asymmetry, second one is asymmetry. First one is asymmetry. In asymmetry, if you cut in any direction, it should not give two equal half. That is asymmetry. Best example is amoeba. Symmetry. In this case, if the cutting, the plane division is passed through center of the axis, it may be one or two divisions. In such case only, it will give two equal half. First one is radial, second one is bilateral. Same definition for radial. In radial symmetry, in radial symmetry, it will give two equal identical halves. Clear? You can cut in any direction. You can cut in any direction. It will definitely give two equal identical halves. Such is called as what? Radial symmetry. Example, cylinderates, cylinderata. Next, echinodermata. Echinodermata. In this case, bilateral symmetry. For example, human. Human is the best example for bilateral symmetry. The center of the axis here is the middle of the body. It is a center of axis. So if you are going to cut like this in a main axis, it will give you two equal identical halves are formed. Mirror one is right identical, left identical. So such is called as what? Bilateral symmetry. So if you cut only in this longitudinal, like also in vertical only, it will give two equal halves. In horizontal cutting, it is not going to give two equal halves. Clear? So this is regarding to bilateral symmetry. Next one is spherical. So here only one organism is there, that is a radiolata. You can cut in any direction which is passed through center of that axis. That will be give equal or identical halves. So this is regarding symmetry. Let's one small diagram for asymmetry. This is amoeba. So the center of axis may be here. Here comes one nucleus, here may be one nucleus. If you cut any direction, it will have to pass through center of the axis. Clear? So it should not give two halves. If you cut like this also, it can't give. For example, here one vacuole is there, the vacuole is not there. If you cut like this, here vacuole as well as nucleus have came this side, here this do not contain any vacuole as well as nucleus. Clear? So this is the best example for what? Asymmetry, amoeba. Next one is symmetry, a radial symmetry. Best example is starfish. Second example is starfish. This is a center of the axis. You can cut like this, it will be the two equal halves. Or if you cut it like this also, it will be the two equal halves. Or if you cut like this also, it will be the two equal halves. You can divide it, you can cut into any division. It will give two equal halves, such as radial symmetry. Next one is bilateral. Human is the best example. Clear? So this is regarding what? Symmetry. And third major character is germ layers. So generally, germ layers, when the germ layers are formed after the fertilization, zygote is formed. The zygote is undergoes the number of time of mitotic divisions to form. Like first zygote to morula, morula to blastula, blastula to gastrula. So this is generally first. After fertilization, zygote is formed. Zygote is undergoes cleavage divisions to form morula. Morula is 16-cellular condition. Later, it is again undergoes a mitotic division to form of blastula, 128 cells. Later is again undergoes a mitotic divisions to form of mass of cells are formed, that is gastrula. In gastrula, there comes a one round ball-like structure is formed. On the we can notice different layers we can notice. So these layers are germ layers. First one is ectoderm. Second one is endoderm. Third one is mesoderm. So this ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, these layers we can call as germ layers. These are germ layers which are useful for formation of formation of organs like kidney, heart, lungs, which are going to form by involvement of these three layers. Clear? So this is regarding germ layers. Based on germ layers, animals are again divided into two types. Based on germ layers, animals are again divided into two types. Animals are again divided into two categories. The first one is diploblastic. Next one is triploblastic. Simple. The first one, diplo means two. So here at gastrula stage, the embryo consists two germ layers. Are present. Then such organisms we can consider as diploblastic organisms. Outer layer is ectoderma and inner layer is ectoderma, endoderma. And endoderma. So this one is outermost layer. So this one is inner layer. Outer layer as well as inner layer. In between ectoderma to endoderma, here mesoglia cells are present. These mesoglia cells are undifferentiated group of cells. Such are called as what? Mesoglia. Where they are present? Between outermost layer to innermost layer. Outermost layer is called as what? Ectoderm. Innermost layer is called as what? Endoderm. Examples are Ciliarata. Example is Ciliarata. Clear? Next one is triploblast. Same definition we have to write. During the embryo development, three germ layers are formed. What are they? Ectoderm, mesoderm. Next one is endoderm. Ectoderm is outermost layer, mesoderm is middle layer, and endoderm is innermost layer. Example is chordates. Nothing but animals, humans. Sorry. Clear? So this is regarding diploblastic as well as triploblastic. Let's see the diagram. Very simple diagram for diploblastic here. So this is here one layers of cells we can notice. Clear? Then one more layer also. Some of these outermost layer cells is there, such are ectoderm. Next, here, just here you have to focus. So here, liquid is there, like it means undifferentiated group of cells are there. Such are called as what? Mesoglia. Now again here. So this one is ectoderm. This is undifferentiated cell mesoglia, and these cells are endoderm. Clear? So this is example for what? First one, diploblastic. And triploblastic, simple. Mesoglia layer. Mesoglia is absent in the cells are present. Epithelium cells are present. Clear? Simple. First, so these are ecto. And again, here, these are meso, and here these are endoderm layers. Chordates are just example. So these are regarding germ layers.